Hi everyone, first time ever making my own charcoal, and what prompted me to do it was I went online to look for vine charcoal, and for one piece, well, 3 pieces were $15, so that means $5 a piece, and I'm just like, that's kind of crazy. I mean, so I saw some videos online. They said it was real easy, so I did try it, and some people say you have to pull the bark off. Some of it was no good. But honestly, I want to say that I used 3 types of vines and materials, and 3 methods actually. I had some old willow sticks from a long time ago that I was going to try it years ago, and maybe not years ago, but at least a year ago, a couple years ago maybe. And I had them on my back porch already cut down, but then I found out you had to peel them, and I never wanted to mess around with peeling them. So I just wrapped those in foil, no bark peeled off whatsoever. And then I had another one, green vines, wisteria vines cut down, and wisteria wood vines cut down too, and I peeled them with a peeler. And then I also had some newer grape vines totally peeled off, like nice wood and everything, and those were the ones in the can. And I used 3 methods too. I used the can. This one's not right. Some of them aren't great, but you know, I'm gonna find a better one. Some of them I might end up tossing, but I used a can, and then I used foil. So what happened was the ones in the can, I'll show you in the video, those were the new wood from that was the grapevine that I cut fresh and peeled it off. But it was woody grapevine. Peeled it all off. The ones in the foil were the new vines, the wisteria vines, and maybe even some thinner grapevines, I'm not sure. And then the old ones were also wrapped in foil. So I feel like the older ones wrapped in foil turned out the best. I don't know if it's because they were old and already dried out, but they had one of the things I want to mention is they had the bark on them, and that did not hurt anything. It's perfectly fine. I don't think you have to, this is one that you can see it had bark on it. Look how nice it's writing. I don't feel like you have to go through all that peeling of the bark, because that's really hard. Secondly, the 2 wrapped in foil, what I noticed was, that was the one that came out the best, I felt, was the old one that wrapped in the foil. I left like there was like a hole in the end so the smoke could shoot out of it and stuff, where the one, it was wrapped pretty tight and there was no way for the air to escape. Because you'll see in the video, this gas is shooting out of it and everything. I mean, the ones in the can turned out okay. I would say like the aged wood, I'm going to go ahead and cut some willow now and let it age. And, you know, I mean, this will last me. I mean, I got a lot here. Okay, I wanted to show you real quick, because these are the vine ones. You know, I think it's because I had them wrapped so tight. I peeled these too. Yeah, these were peeled and everything. I think it's because I had them wrapped so tight. I wanted to illustrate what I was talking about. The ones that turned out good, I had them wrapped in foil. And honestly, the foil is way less hassle than that can and everything. Let's get rid of one of these big sticks. But I had it sort of wrapped tight, but on the very tip, on the very end, there was like a little bit of a hole, and you could see when I was making them that the smoke and everything was shooting out of there, and that's the gas escaping. So again, I don't know if it was the wood being aged, or the hole definitely made a difference though, because this has been dried for a good week, and it was thin to begin with. I mean, but these didn't even barely do anything. I think I had them just wrapped way too tight in the foil. Also, these were way thicker. You lose a lot of density in the process. So even if these had come through, I think they might have just been way too thin in the end anyway. You know, this is, well, here's a comparison. Here's a ballpoint pen. You know, these were thicker than this ballpoint pen to begin with. They were good size, really thick. I don't know if I have, not as thick as a Sharpie, but you know, I would say they lose close to 50% of their girth and their width. I would say they lose at least 40% of their width in the process. So keep that in mind too when you're choosing your sticks. If you like a thinner stick, you know, realize that you're going to lose a lot of the density there. You know, here's another. I thought I just saw one that was, here's one. Really tiny, thin one, you know. This is almost like too thin to work with, but not totally too thin. But again, for the money we saved, it was well worth the effort. Okay, be back to show you the process. Some in the can, some 2 different kinds wrapped in foil. wet sticks or old dried sticks. So now that flame is coming out of the top, it's final stages of burning up the gas inside there. Okay, so I'm gonna open the foil ones first. One was old sticks and one was green vines. I think mostly wisteria vines, but maybe some grape. What we got? These are the green vines. They don't look too hot. They're not even done. Maybe a couple of them are. No, they're definitely not done. They're gonna have to go another round another time. Not today. Now these were the old sticks, I believe, that I actually left the bark on. Oh, look at this. Let's try it on the table. Oh, it looks beautiful. You can see. Very nice. Very, very nice. I just left the bark on. I didn't peel the bark off of these. Let's see what this one looks like. These were peeled. Not old though. Not that old. Grapevines that I peeled the bark off of. Looks pretty good. Well, there's a little bit of bark still on there. Let's see how they draw. Draw very good. Nice. Look at that. Alrighty then. Well, I got charcoal for days. Turned out pretty cool. So the vines didn't do it, but these were just actual sticks. And I think these are willow sticks, actually. That's what these were, yeah. With the bark on, so there's really no reason to take the bark off. They draw very well. Okay, oh, look at all this stuff gathered on the lid of that. Some stiff.